Hi, ho everyone. My name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 146. I guess I should check that before doing the intro, and I know for sure. But in today's episode, we talk about Rob's big news. Maybe you've seen it, but you'll hear about it. Somebody has a fiance. Oh.
I don't get anything though.
No. Hey, you could. Hey, change it.
But change it up a little bit.
Well, I wore an engagement ring.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, the way we looked at it too is like, why? Because an engagement ring originally was supposed to be like showing that you're taken or claimed or whatever.
Yeah.
It was very toxic back in the day.
Part of my property.
Yeah. So like that's kind of what shows like, hey, like I'm taken. So why doesn't a guy have to? Because I'm committing myself to her, right? So that's why I did an engagement ring too. We talk about Destiny 2 news and stuff. Talk about some Fruit Summit content coming out. Rob played CS with Dado, House of Dragons. I saw the Dragon Ball movie, no spoilers, some other stuff, as well as Q&A, bada bing, bada boom, Smash Brothers tourney drama, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for this episode. We love you. See you in a second. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
You guys know that me, myself, Mr. Fruit, and Blue are all big advocates of mental health, and that's why we're so happy with our sponsor, BetterHelp. Taking care of your mind is so important, whether it be playing CSGO or even laying in your hammock, or sometimes just playing Final Fantasy XIV and chilling out. That's just a few ways that Mr. Fruit, myself, and Blue take care of our mental health. Using BetterHelp, they were nothing but professional and listened to every kind of thing I needed. If I didn't want to talk to somebody on a webcam, I didn't have to. If I wanted to text a person, I could. It was awesome. I was matched with a therapist in under like 24 hours after filling out a quick survey. It was awesome. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions, so you don't have to see on anyone if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get a 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/GG. That's better, HELP.com/GG. BetterHelp. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Level with me. We've all been in situations at some point in our lives when we're a little tight on cash. Maybe you could only afford to put a few gallons of gas in your tank, or you got another save the date and you're wondering how you're going to afford a gift. That's where Dave can help. Dave is a banking app that can help you get $500 instantly with extra cash. That's a little more money for you to fill your tank, buy a wedding gift, or catch up on some bills. You can finally tackle those expenses that you've been stressing out with any hangups. There's no interest, no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get financial relief that they've been needing with extra cash. I'll tell you this, I wish my bank was giving me $500. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for our extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve, member FDIC. Remember, future you will thank you. Get yourself out of a pinch right now with the help of Dave. When summer starts to wind down, fall can be a bit chaotic, but Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to stay on top of a busy schedule while sticking to my goals. Factor's the perfect meal solution for an on-the-go lifestyle. Whether it's a quick lunch before I start streaming or a fully prepared dinner that I didn't have to shop or prep for, they've got me covered for weeks when my free time isn't a thing. Factor makes lunch, dinner on busy days a total breeze. Their fresh, never frozen meals are delivered ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes so I can fuel up fast and get on with my day. They sent me some of the new Gourmet Plus options, and oh my god, they are so delicious. New Gourmet Plus meals make eating at home feel extra special. For an additional cost, these meals are prepared to perfection by Factor chefs and ready to eat in record time so you can savor the flavor and not stress for the prep. So what are you waiting for? Head to go.factor75.com/GG130 and use the code GG130 to get $100 off across 6 boxes. That's GG130 at go.factor75.com/GG130 for $130 off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 146, I believe.
Oh yeah, I skipped like 6 episodes last week.
Oh, when you said the episode?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you haven't been here the past 6 episodes? who has it been? Dun dun. Yeah, in today's episode, we're gonna be talking about freaking stuff because guess what? It's a podcast. When are you doing a podcast?
And when we don't know what we're talking about,
You talk.
we freestyle it.
True.
And it usually works out all right.
But I'll be honest, we actually have something like kind of IRL to talk about.
Oh, we have
True.
a very big IRL thing to talk about.
I got
Yeah.
engaged. Paul.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to tell the podcast because on Sunday the podcast comes out. It would have said in that, but there would have been the GG
Spoilers.
over easy patrons, you know. So can I trust all you? You know, like, is there a leak? You know, like what happens if
Could be.
like that was my biggest fear in the whole time of the prepping of the said engagement.
Well, it sounds like you were saying you told quite a bit of people, so the fact that it was all under wraps is pretty impressive.
Well, because I wanted to have a party set up on Sunday, so I had to have people know like a month in advance, because driving up to Fort Collins isn't an easy thing for a lot of people. It's a far drive for most people. Most of my friends don't live here anymore, so at most for my friends it's like an hour drive. I think for you it's about hour and a half, hour 45, depending on traffic.
Took 2.5 that day.
God,
it was miserable because there's like some flash flood warning thing, and like the whole highway was like shut down. It was miserable, but
sorry.
Yeah, dude. That like, come on, can you fix that next time? Thanks. Be a little more considerate, please.
Yeah, the traffic. See, I didn't have traffic, and then yours was mosquitoes for your wedding. Like so.
True.
Yeah, I told quite a bit of people because I wanted to have like a party set up for after I asked her. So this has been in the works since June. Because around June, Sydney had told me that she like wanted to like plan a camping trip with some of our friends. So I was kind of like looking for a way to ask, and I was like, oh, a camping trip? Like, there's no way she's gonna think like I'm gonna ask on a camping trip. I don't go camping, and we still give each other shit about like she'll give me shit for like not being like asked or anything like that. Like if we ever get married, like shit like that. But it's always like in tongue in cheek. So
if we ever get married,
put the gun down. Relax.
Yeah.
I kind of hijacked this camping trip from her friend. And I basically like made a DM with the two girls that were going on the trip with us, and I was like, "Hey, I plan on proposing," and they did, they were like freaking out. They did their whole like.
Is that what freaking out is?
Yes.
I thought that was like an old thing.
No, I just think about it as like when you type in all caps and you just go like this. I just think it's. Perfect, Blue. Thank you for the exact kind of
I think it's like a snake
reaction I was looking for.
I think of.
Blue a lie. That was on point, Blue. Sturdy.
Hey, I'm a K-pop fan.
Sturdy's like my favorite word, man.
I'm a K-pop fan.
I'm gonna have like a new segment.
That vibe.
We haven't had a segment in
I'm
years.
on that
I'm gonna do a Zoomer word of the week, and we're gonna have a Zoomer word. My dad is learning Gen Z words, and I'm learning Zoomer words.
Wow. Hey, proud of you, Rob.
Okay,
that's character development, right? Sorry.
So I was asking.
Stand twice.
So I kind of hijacked this camping trip. We went to I don't know, some campsite. It was sick. And I think it was like it's called like Pingree, I think, something. I don't know. But the whole point was for me to not look like I was planning. Because if I was like, hey babe, where do you want to go planning? Okay, I invited them, and them. Sucks,
you just had to look like you were just there for the ride.
We're just having a camping
a little
trip.
bit of fake tiffs over it. She'd be like, "We're going camping this weekend." I'd be like, "I thought it was next weekend," and she'd be like, "No," and then I'm like, "Okay, nice. Sorry." Like, And I was like, "Oh, we'll have to do the podcast on Thursday." So it looked like I just had like not like a foot in the camping trip at all, but like still excited. And then when we, okay. You two, do you guys go camping a lot, or like how many times have you gone camping in your life?
I've never. Well, when I was a kid, but in my adult life, I've never chosen to go camping.
Maybe once when I was young.
Did you like?
Same. I don't remember it.
I don't remember it. I think that's the fact that we only ever did one says enough. Well, my parents just aren't big campers or anything, so it's like I never did it. Was never exposed to it. Was never really a thing.
Yeah, so same. I maybe went once or twice as a kid. It was whatever. I remember bits and pieces, but it was okay. Now, Sydney, on the other hand, camping her whole life, like loves it, loves outdoors. So, would you guys like to guess what I think is the worst part about camping?
Hit us with her, sir.
Either
Is it the skeeters?
No,
is either the sleeping situation or food.
Ooh, the sleeping.
neither actually.
That
It
would
has
have been
nothing to do with camping itself, actually. It's packing the car for camping.
Oh,
Packing the car for camping sucks, dude. There's so much that goes into it. There's like food, and then you got the tent, and then you can't forget the sleeping pads, and then you can't forget the blanket. But don't forget this. It was insane. So there's so much stuff that goes into camping. So we get to the site, okay?
and don't forget the ring.
Oh yeah, that is literally like.
Yeah.
So I packed.
So you should have been. Hey,
That was
babe, you bring the ring, right? Oh,
That
The
was like
what?
that was like the first thing I packed. And
Good
even
call.
when like I was packing other stuff, I'd still check to see if it was still there. Just for some reason, if it wasn't.
I'd be paranoid. I could literally have it in my pocket, and I would keep checking it over. I'm right there with you.
Did
like-
you keep checking it when you proposed?
Oh, all the time, yeah. I was all, well, and the thing too is because we like flew out to Florida.
Did you
to-
check your bag?
No, with the ring I brought my
Okay.
carry-on. Like I
Okay.
was that paranoid. I was like, nope.
I mean,
And
I
then-
would too.
Yeah, I kept storing it, and then like kept checking, just like, what if it got up in the middle of the night, and moved?
Who
You never know.
knows? Yeah,
You never know.
So we get to the campsite, and it's an awesome campsite, and we're there with a couple friends and their
campy.
baby. Their baby. He's not a
Camping
baby,
with a
but
baby.
he's like a year and a half. That's like is that baby? That's not like baby.
That's baby.
Well, I was thinking just because we just saw MTash post, I was like, wait, like a baby?
No, that's like an infant dog. That's
Yeah,
like,
that's why I was like, bro, what's they doing? I mean, sheesh.
Yeah, so
Kids can be
we get to
hard.
the campsite, and it's awesome. And we're playing a bunch of Uno. Just want to say I don't like how the house rules that they had for Uno. It made for
Oh.
quick. I get it though. I get why they have it that way because it makes for quick games, and it's
But
just
where the stakes?
yeah. So you just draw one. You don't keep continuously drawing till you can play one. Yeah. So like
That's
I
the
get
whole
it.
point. You know, Game
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but it was their card set, so I wasn't the one that was able to like make the rule set. You got to respect it.
Yeah. You don't have to like it,
Um,
but you gotta respect it.
Yeah. So okay, so we have our first day. It was fun. Man, sleeping in a I have another complaint about camping.
Here comes
It
the
doesn't mean I
sleeping.
don't like it, but just a thing that is very hard for me to do. Man, I hate the sound of crickets.
Oh fuck yeah,
and
dude!
like that's all it is when you're camping.
I
It's just like
hate the sound of
outdoor
crickets.
noises, like outdoorsy. I
That's
don't like
crazy,
that, but
right?
yeah, right.
You're
What's the-
outside. There's outside
the out-
things.
Like,
what's
I
the
get
outside
to
crickets.
doing?
like we get in the town, I go, man, can we get these crickets to shut the hell up? Like,
Can we just
It's
ask
just
them?
like-
Ask them nicely,
Yeah.
maybe.
so I just have to pretend like it's a TV, and it's like I'm going to sleep to a TV, and that just makes it kind of better.
See, I find sounds of crickets to be like soothing.
Really,
I don't
like
know.
the like.
Yeah, it's like nice white noise. I don't know.
I wish I could relate to that because that shit triggers me too.
Yeah, it triggered. Like I just feel like I have crickets in my room, and like I'm just trying to like I don't know. I'm just weird. 'Cause
No, I
it shows
think
just don't
most
camp.
people would agree with you about crickets.
So
So how about this? I'll challenge you. What did you enjoy about camping?
dude, just like the conversation and just hanging out with people, and like not on my phone, dude. Like because we just didn't have service there.
Kind of sus.
just having like conversation, hanging out. Like we were just okay. So you want to know what the most bitchin' toy is? So you know the toys, they brought it for the baby, but it ended up being for me.
But for yes,
So you know the little circle pads, and it has like some Velcro, and you can throw it, and the ball just like sticks to it. So you're just
that's
catch.
your fucks.
Yeah,
they need to make an adult version of that. That could be like that's the next invention. Instead of stress balls, just have that. That would fuck.
Yeah, it's called a baseball glove and a baseball blue. The adult version of that.
No.
So
no, it's no. That's not even remotely the same. No.
Go out and play
the
some
Velcro,
baseball, son.
The Velcro makes it. That's the difference.
It does. When you pull the Velcro, it is kind of satisfying.
Except the dog. Sports.
His name is Chuck. Good ass dog, dude. Like this is just a dog that you could take camping. He just like sat there and like laid and like we took him on. He took us on the hike. Like he took us on the hike, man. Like he was like loving it.
Come on, brother.
He got sore though after the hike. I felt bad for the little fellow, but he was good, dude. What a great dog. One of those dogs that like is like, man, dogs are sick. Did you ever take dogs camping, Christian? Your dogs?
My dogs? I feel like Appa probably could get used to it. Olive is just too ornery. She gets upset and scared and angry about
like
anything and everything. So, well, thunderstorms, any other animal, it'd be a nightmare. It's probably not.
So we wake up Saturday morning. I do it on a Saturday, because it's the weekend. Tight. We wake up and we have some breakfast and we're going on a hike. Now, on said hike, I plan to ask, at the top of the hike.
So how you feeling before? You a little nervous?
Oh no, not nervous like at all. Like the whole thing I was nervous about was if anything would leak, if somehow she found out, like, and then I just have to be like, well, like, you know, like I feel like that would suck. So, and I want it to be like special. Right. So, wake up Saturday morning and I'm, like you said, not nervous like at all. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be like, I was so like nervous. I was nervous like at the moment I asked her, and I'll get to that. So we get to the hike, free parking. We're pogging about that.
We like that.
We're very happy about free parking. Very excited. I did forget to bring hiking socks, which is a very important thing. But our friend had my back. So that's why in the thing I have like these, and if you look in the pictures, I have these like teal hiking socks. That's why I'm wearing those.
Oh, you're gonna blister everywhere?
Oh, dude, that would have been awful. It would have been a bad time. So we go on this hike and we're walking up. Couldn't tell you, dude. I couldn't remember.
It's just all blur.
Something. It could be Mount Kilimanjaro for all I know, but it was like Mount something. Mount Rainier? Maybe that is.
Was it? Was it like a 14er, or was it just like normal hike?
No,
I didn't know. Like you were like.
No, this is just kind of like a.
Okay.
I think it was the elevation gain was like 900 feet, maybe, or 800, and I think the hike up was like 3 miles, 3.5, and then down was 3.5, so like 7 miles. But shit, dog, it's tough though. Like that's like a real like. I kind of, when I'm hiking, I just get in this kind of zone where it's just like right foot, left foot,
the bone zone.
Yeah, I just go off in this zen and just
more of an auto zone. But...
And you know what song I literally have in my head the whole fucking time I'm hiking, and I hate it. I hate this song so much. Wait, what one was that?
Sorry, I've been playing Fortnite.
No,
Dance Monkey.
No, the 1 foot in front of the other. I fucking hate that
You're
song.
Like, make it stop.
That's all I can think when I hike, dude, is that fucking song. I don't know why. It's
when you just gotta start singing, force yourself to sing something else.
Okay, so I have said ring in front pocket of backpack, okay? I don't know if I have the backpack down here. Oh, I do.
It's been
and I'm backpack
immortalized.
Hike. Normally, normally Sydney's backpack guy, but we have this backpack. Okay, it's in this pocket. Okay, and as I'm walking through the hike, we have like snacks in there as well, and like water and stuff. And Sydney's like, "Hey babe, like I have this trash. Like, can I just put it in the front pocket?" I was like, "I'll do it." I was like, that. I was like,
No.
I was like, "I'll do it. Here, I got you." She's like, "Babe, it's like easy. I'll just open. I'll just put it in there." And the ring is like,
No.
yeah, like the box is like at the bottom. I was like, "Babe, like I got it. Like it's not a big deal." And she's like, "Okay." And then there was one point in the hike where like we were able to like kind of lean back on like a little rock thing. And she's like, "Come lean back with me." And I had like the backpack, and I was like, and I didn't want to like smush the box or anything. And I was like, no, like I like to stand. I'm not gonna kind of stretch. So I just kind of like stood there for a while.
She's like, okay.
Yeah, and then there was another point. She's like, "Can I get some gummies?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's in the big bag. Like it's in the big pocket." And she opens up the small one, and I go, "Babe, not that one." And I acted like I was annoyed and mad, so she didn't like go through the small bag and find the box.
She's like,
So
Rob's in a real mood today.
I was like, the big one. I was like, the big one. And that's why later on she's like, "I was wondering why you were being so weird with the backpack." Like,
you took your job very seriously.
yeah. So we get to the top. Okay, it's about that time. Okay, and now I'm kind of nervous. Like, and I'm just like, God, how do I like just start it off? So, and we're like at like the top, right? And it's kind of cliffy and kind of long drops, and I get like really bad vertigo when you get close to like the edges and stuff like that.
I feel that.
So we were taking like I was like, before she started like snacking it and getting like food in her teeth, I wanted to ask like, "Hey, can we take a picture like over here?" And she was like, "You want to take a picture?" She's like, "Yeah." So she like got up, and like as we were about to start like taking the picture, I kind of got down like on a knee / like butt thing. It was a very the footing was not a good situation. Like I didn't give myself proper footing with a good left foot plant and then like a kneel like squat thing. Not good terrain for that. The terrain was not
rookie
great.
proposer, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, like the terrain was pretty harsh out there for my knees and stuff. But I did it. Like it was on,
love finds a way.
Yeah. So I asked, I was like, "Will you marry me?" Basically. I didn't
How casual. So I got down there and I was like, "Will you marry me?" I guess.
Hey, you want to make this shit government official?
Yeah. I was like, "I love you. Like, will you marry me?" And she was like, "Is this real?" And then everyone was like, "Woo!" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Woo!" And then we hugged. And then
well, this sounds like a Reddit story. And then everyone clapped. And
yeah, everyone was like clapping. And she's like, "Did you guys know?" And they were like, "We all knew." And they're like, "Holy shit." And I was like, "We also have a party tomorrow." And she's like, "Holy shit." And and then we went back down and just drank at the campsite. It was pretty sick and partied and I had a good time.
It's a nice TLDR.
Yeah. And then Sunday rolled around, and that's when you came over down to where we live, and our friends over at Voodoo Ranger helped us out and getting us like this whole little area, which was really nice. Was your lemonade good, Mr. Fruit?
It was delicious.
Oh, you could say it sucked. It's not. I don't think it's.
Yeah,
like
I didn't really like the.
You should have got the soda.
Well, the thing too is like, Claire's like, "Oh, let me try lemonade." She doesn't like alcohol. She's like, "I'd rather drink this."
What did she get?
She got like I think like a hard seltzer thing they had in a can. I can't remember.
Oh, did you try it or no?
No.
No.
Stuck with my lemonade. You know how I am.
Yeah, the party was fun there. The photographer Sydney's mom got was like this older lady who was so we're at the party and the photographer lady walks up. She must be like in her like 50s, mid 50s. And she's putting up a green screen and she walks up to me. She goes, I know what this looks like. And I go, what? And she goes, you just think this is a big green like canvas over like a door. And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah. And I go, oh. And she goes, it's actually something you can take a picture in front of, and then I can take a picture of it and put anything like behind you.
Yeah, you should have been like, stop.
I'm not kidding you.
You should be like, that's cap. No shot.
I did, because she was nice, and she was like,
You're so
she did
excited
it
about
for free.
it.
So she was like one of
It's like,
Sydney's like mom's.
Whoa. Nobody. Wait. This is a green screen?
That's so nice.
No,
I'm
not
tr-
just
I'm
a green screen.
I'm not joking, yo, because she was like, I could take it on my phone, and then boom, you guys are in Hawaii. I was like, whoa.
We've always wanted to be.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, it was hilarious. Like, but also like my heart goes out to her because she's just a photographer trying to make it out there. And
Now I know what you're thinking. Is the
that's
selling
what she
point.
said. She's like, I know what you're thinking. Like that is a weird like green plastic tarp thing. And I was like, oh. And she's like, I can take a picture on my phone and it can be like anything.
Like
And
the
that's
reveal, like,
Dun, dun.
I'm about to blow this fucking kid's mind.
like as if I had no fucking clue what a green screen is. Yeah, that was just really funny.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless
So
her
the
heart.
part,
And now
party was really
you'll have engagement photos in Hawaii, thanks to her.
yeah.
Let's go.
So we
even have
we
to
took
pay
our
to go.
photos. We had fun. My dad was talking with Dr. Fruit quite a bit. A little bit of a different conversation, I'm sure, that I'd have with your dad. But
He still reminds me. He's like, when is Rob taking us out to that steak dinner?
I mean, I can. I put it on content. I'll put it on content.
Because I'm trying to remember. I remember what you promised him, but it was like years ago or whatever. And my dad was
Dude, I
telling
didn't
Rob like,
promise anything.
well, yeah,
I
he's
mean,
like, Rob, you gotta cut back on the cussing or whatever. And Rob's like, I'll get better about it. I will. I'm like, if not, I'll take you to steak dinner. Spoilers.
And your dad's like, I like everything when I go there. I was like, okay. He's like, I get everything.
It's spoilers.
So-
we know how Rob has gotten with that. So
I mean, well, I'll go to the steakhouse. I'll just get the salad. I'll pay for the Miller Plains.
I'll take iced water, please.
Yeah.
Ice is extra. Okay, just water.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just tap.
Ooh. That's actually extra too.
Uh,
Okay, I'll just enjoy the
I'll sit
ambiance.
here. I'll just have my spit. Is my spit free?
Like, no,
I'll
actually,
just drink on spit.
we own you one in here. Fair enough.
So we had the party. Did my dad talk to you about calling you Dr. Fruit at all?
He does every time. Let's say when I see like some of the other people I talk to there too. One of my favorite things is like there are just some people who for whatever reason just forget that they've told you something. And in your case, your dad forgets to tell me that every single time. He goes, "I call you Dr. Fruit." It's all, and then it's like, yeah, no, you've told me. Rob's told me plenty. But I just go along with it, like, oh, really? Oh, that's. And then other people at the party too, like, even in the same conversation, will tell you the same thing as if they hadn't just told you 5 minutes ago. And then you're like, okay,
Am I?
and you just
Is this
play
a Black
along with
Mirror
it.
episode?
Yeah, you just kind of like smile and wave, kind of thing, like. No way. And then they tell it the third time, and then you kind of have fun with it and say like,
about.
"Oh," and then yeah, you probably do. And then it's like, "Oh," and then
I didn't realize, dude. You were the funniest guy at Legend High School for a close friend of ours
and I didn't.
who has
Yeah,
been in previous podcast stories.
true. It's true.
Yeah, you are. He says he's the funniest kid I ever that I had class with. Saying you were getting kicked out of class. I didn't know it got that bad, Mr. Fruit.
Well, that was the best part. Along with the other story, sometimes they just don't listen and don't remember correctly. So you just go along with what they say.
Okay, so you were.
It was
never
one of those,
kicked out.
just like, "Yep, that happened. It didn't happen."
You were never kicked out once in AP Stats. That's what I was
no.
gonna say.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. I was like, Sure. Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, right. His parents would be so pissed. They'd find out in some capacity, wouldn't they?
Well, honestly, not in that whole class was a joke. Anyway. Like, there were times I left, but willingly, and that's because the class was a joke. But no. That class specifically, the trouble people were like Matt and Hayden, who kept getting kicked out.
Okay. Not you, though. You were a good kid.
But it was one of those things where, like, the first time they tell you, you try and correct them, and they're like, wasn't it like this? And then they just keep going, and then you realize they're going to tell you again, and you're like, guess, sure. That is the new core memory that I need to remember.
So yeah, the party went off without a hitch. So shout out to Voodoo Ranger. We had some crazy Carls there. I felt bad because I should have told you.
But it was still delicious. Well, the only reason he feels bad is because Claire and I went up early, tried to go up early until it took an extra hour or so, to grab Crazy Carl's, which is this just Fuego pizza.
Yeah, it's the best.
And so we're like, okay, well, we got to get Crazy K's. And then Claire wants to go see the cats. So we need to get there in time before Rob has to leave and stuff for the party. But of course, we get late. So then we stop by and we get some pizza to go. And then when I like try to like ask Rob, I was like, hey, like, you guys want us to pick us up from Crazy Carl's? And we don't hear from him until we've ordered. And he goes, oh, my bad. I forgot to tell you. I bought like 6 pizzas for the party.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh.
One specifically for him.
Yeah.
Like, I knew he'd enjoy.
Which was delicious. It's this buffalo chicken, but easily like the best buffalo chicken kind of pizza I've had. It's like a ranch base.
The buffalo chicken is always on point. Like
the jalapenos, it's so good. And they're crushed with like the Parmesan and stuff they put. So anyway.
Yeah, it hits.
So we got double the pizza though. So, you know, I had leftovers.
Dude, I was worried I got too much pizza. That shit was gone, bro. Like that it was there and then it wasn't there.
I would have eaten that entire buffalo pizza had I not already eaten nearly an entire buffalo pizza beforehand. Because then you're also telling me like, well, I'll have pizza, but I was like, well, I got this pizza. It's hot. You know, when in Rome.
Go Dubs.
And then we took home some cookies, regrettably. We stopped by a local cookie place, which I love. But
Crumble?
No.
Oh. You have to tell me this place. I just got picked up Crumble the other day. It's like a
this local place is my favorite cookie place I've ever been to. Big old cookies too. But the problem is big old cookies means lots of sugar and calories. Right? And I can't just eat a little bit. I can't.
Yeah, it's either you're eating it all or...
Yeah.
And that wasn't a special occasion day, you know?
It was. Well, the problem is it was a buy 6, get 2 free. So we came home with a couple extra. Yeah. And what should have been a great week turned into a great day.
And the problem with that is... with that deal, if you don't get it, you're scamming yourself. You know what I mean?
You're might as well. Out. And yeah, that's the problem. Is like we're like, okay, we'll have some to come. We don't like last time we ate. This was like years ago. We know this isn't very often, which is fine if I could control myself and at home eat parts of the cookie and save it. But yeah, instead I ate about all the cookies in about an hour the next day. Felt sick. Was disgusted with myself. I can't control it. Just kept eating. And they were delicious. But God, felt terrible the rest of the day.
So, yeah, I would have Sydney do a fiance review real quick, but she was like, Rob, it's the morning, and I'm not going on. You can just tell them that I said hi. And I said, all right.
Okay. That is not my job.
Fiance. Yeah, you got a fiance.
Yeah, there you go. Like, okay. So yeah, excited for you too. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
And this is just making something, really nice. You know, legally on paper, but I already knew what you guys had was special.
Thanks.
So, like Blue said, you know, just making it government official. Maybe get some tax breaks. Pog.
Sweet. Yay.
Yay. Maybe claim the cats as independent or dependents or something.
I'd have like 1 million cats then.
Yeah. I did meet the
them all.
cats, which was nice
Yeah,
at a
what
distance.
did Claire say anything about them?
No, she thought it was cute.
Albus just
What-
let her like hold her ride like
Well, the whole time it's just still like, what do we have to do to get a cat? Like, what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that?
First of all, dude, I think your dogs would hate a cat. Appa would. I think.
Well, and to this day, though, like, maybe something will happen, but this isn't something she hasn't known. Like, literally since we first started dating, whatever. Like, the one thing is, like, we're
You
never
told
gonna have a
her.
cat. Yeah, like, as long as you're with me, we're not gonna have a cat. And if there is some, and people, oh, you hate cats, it's because I'm like deathly allergic. I don't have a problem with cats.
I mean, I'd
but
hate
also
it.
at this point, we have 2 dogs. So for me, even if she was like, let's get another dog, I'd be like, I think 2's enough. I think at this point, it's just, we just have enough living things.
Get a parrot.
Yeah, she's like, you want to get a bird? I'm like, no, I don't want to get a bird. Thing would drive me crazy.
My parents have a bird, dude. I hate that thing.
Yeah, I've been around some people who have like birds. Oh my god.
My parents would get so they go the bird go, Alexa, play happy, and it'll be like playing it, and my parents go, oh, isn't that like so cool? I'm like, no, that's fucking terrifying, and I hate it. Like
Suddenly, it made me.
Because I'm happy. Clap along. If
and the bird's
I
like,
read The Ringer again, and I'm
"Whoa!"
like, hold
I
on,
hate it.
maybe he's onto something here. Point being,
It'll be like, go Broncos. It's like, shut up, man. We're watching a movie.
hey, it goes, let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
That's right. Yeah, I don't have anything against cats. It's just I'm allergic. So then she's like, well, what if like they have things and there's like they're coming out with shots and blah blah blah. And I'm like, if that ever becomes the case,
You're gonna
maybe.
take shots every day, like
well, there's
God.
supposed to be one where like you can take it and like
You'll be
will
better.
help you for years or something. I don't know. But the whole thing is like there's no guarantee. And also we just have 2 dogs. And like what's a cat gonna do?
Like, have they ever interacted with a cat?
I don't think so, no.
Have they ever
Who
seen
knows how
a
it would
cat?
go? Do they know what a cat is? I think
I
they've
was like,
seen
I don't
one,
even-
yeah. They certainly get upset at it on the TV, so you know there's that base instinct. There's something inside of them like, let
I
me
don't
out.
like that.
Yeah, whatever that is, I ain't a fan. So yeah, it's just kind of like, what do we need to?
Yeah, but Albus just immediately let her hold him, and she was literally just like in heaven, just like. She's
so
she looked at me and went, "I've always had cats," and then just like went back down. Like,
she knew what she was doing. All right. Again, it's not like I duped her, tricked her into thinking I like cats or we'd have cats, and then I turned. No,
Also, was Corgi her idea or was it both? Like,
it was her idea. Yeah. Now, granted, that's the other thing too, though. She doesn't understand is one. We tried a Bengal kitty. There's like a little video of her a while ago.
yeah,
Because it was supposed to be better, and it didn't work out. And the thing is, and I think she does kind of understand it, but like for me too, is it's like, well, we can try it, and there's no like trying for me, because I immediately get emotionally attached. So
Yeah.
like, even though we
Yeah.
only had that cat for like 2 weeks, giving that up broke me.
I bet.
Even though
dude.
like I was super allergic and it wasn't working, still it just like I just immediately like form a bond. So it's like I don't want to keep doing this, and then if it's not working, have to keep giving that because it like kills me every time. So it's like unless I know for sure it's gonna work out, I don't want to try it because my heart can only take so much.
Speaking of my heart can only take so much, Bungie keeps feeding me Destiny 2 content, and my heart is literally going to explode in happiness.
I know it is. I know it is, Rob. Really turned a corner, haven't you, with Destiny?
Yeah, very excited about this new season coming up.
We love
Specifically
Destiny.
season 18.
Specifically on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, especially during the showcase.
Well, Friday's going to be sick. Friday's going to be dope.
Yeah, Friday, we will be day 1 rating on. We still don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's
I don't
gotta
have a
be King's
guess.
Hall.
That's what I kind of want to think.
I hope
I think it's either that or Crota's End. I feel like that's my guess.
Don't be Crota's.
That's my guess, though.
What about you, Blue? Which one do you want to see?
I kind of want to see Crota's End to see like what they do with it in D2.
If they make it any different.
If they make it, because obviously they're going to change it, but like, I wonder what they would do.
Vanilla.
I wonder what they would do to Crota's End to make it feel more like a raid versus just a long dungeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like especially now that we have dungeons in D2, it felt like that was the first dungeon. Like it was still a little more involved than a dungeon we have now, but not an. It's like that weird in between where it was like
yeah.
Like
It's
I wouldn't really
near
call it a
raid,
raid, wouldn't really call it a dungeon, but it's So like
I would
I'm
love
with
to
Blue.
see what they do with it.
I would like to see
I
how they could make it better.
I feel like it's probably going to be King's Ball though.
I hope it's King's Fall. But now that you guys say if they do make some sort of changes to Crota, because they would have to.
They don't have to, but I would hope they would. Let's put it that way.
Same.
Otherwise, that would be pretty disappointing. Yeah, we'll be doing that.
Whatever.
Who is our raid team?
You, me, Blue, Joey, Glitchy, and whoever Joey got. I forgot what his name was.
You called him Glitchy again. It's Derpy, you noob.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, because we were talking about Glitchy editing the thing. God.
I think.
Derpy.
So do we have 6?
Yeah, we have 6. Is it weird that I thought raids were 5 for a second? I thought we were gonna have to tell Joey's friend that he couldn't be in it anymore. I went into Joey's stream. I was like, Blue said he couldn't be on the raid. I'm sorry, you have to tell your friend he's not in it. He's like, wait, we have 7?
You're like, and you're a day one raider, dude. Wow. I do remember actually from that video we did where we raided with Jez, Danielle, and Dado. Someone was commenting about like you, Rob. He's like, dude, like Rob has to know what he's doing somehow, right? Like his emblem's day one vow. Like, how does he seem so helpless?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I was just some random commenter.
Oh.
And then I didn't pay any attention, but
I
like,
mean,
it was just funny.
What is my raid emblem? Day one what?
You tell me, Rob.
Oh, the one we just did? Yeah, but that's like a fake day one emblem. But
well,
like,
we still did it on contest
in
modifier.
those 24 hours though, dude, I'm a gamer. Like that emblem shows Rob for 24 hours could like be
He was there.
I mean, that's the difference, right? Like Rob's intent, Rob's interest dictates how lost or not lost he is. See, because when Rob
Rob's
went into that
plugged in.
raid, Rob was not plugged in. Rob was like, I'm gonna drink. We're just gonna do some funny
I'm
ha-has.
clocking
I'm not
in
really
for the
gonna pay
day.
attention.
Clock
Yeah, I'm
out.
clocking in. Whereas like a day one raid is like, okay, let's
Like-
solve world hunger together, guys.
Today, I am a gamer.
Yeah, like today, like I'm gonna think like maybe
Thank
one
God
smoke
for my
break,
life.
maybe 2. Maybe 3.
And so yeah, you game, but you just game when you want to. You know?
Yeah, kind of like spelling. I spell, but I only spell when I really feel like it.
Nope, I wasn't gonna draw that comparison. Unless you've been hiding it from us this whole time, which
Sorry.
would be incredible. That's
all for
incredible.
fun.
Which actually would have just gone live. Granted, when we were recording this, but the first Fruit Summit video is up.
Oh,
By the time this is live, there might be 2. But yeah, Spelling Bee is up.
what was harder to spell? We'll go back to Destiny in a second. Or harder to spell, harder to edit. The Super Smash tournament or the Spelling Bee?
Smash Tournament.
Yeah,
Spelling Bee was just a lot and tedious.
like
So
little
was-
cuts here and there. Like
Well, once you watch it, you'll see an hour of that was torture. Especially, I went and edited every word people spelled and did it as they spelled.
oh wow,
But the summit or the Smash tournament was a whole other beast. Especially just because there was like 5 different cameras at all times, as well as gameplay, and then all this different audio. And like
That
ironically,
was like a labyrinth.
right. And then with this one, it was just 2 POVs. And thankfully, thank God for Dado's little clap thing, because it actually did make it really easy. Whereas I didn't have any of that before I was free. Oh my God. And then on top of that, Spelling Bee was still long, came out to an hour. But the Smash Summit was like 4 hours or something of footage and just. And then overlays for that too. Yeah. Which is why, yeah, if we ever do something like that again, either ain't doing it or it's going to look a lot simpler. Tell you that. But it's just still so like this Spelling Bee alone probably took trying to think, this week probably spent like 22 hours editing it.
Whew.
And that's all and then it's like, okay, I'm done. And none of the other videos are edited. Okay.
Real shit. Like
So yeah, it's like, and then that's also while trying to edit this while also still having content ready to upload for all the other stuff.
Do we know when the Dado and Danielle original is going to be uploaded?
No. Either right around next Tuesday, depending on if we can get it in time. Otherwise, it might be delayed like a week or so to give time for Destiny, and then also for other things, because it's gonna be a banger, and I want it to be able to breathe on its own, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it, what you're. I just think it's a banger as well, but I think the Spelling Bee was also a banger as well.
There is a small snippet clip from said banger video in the Spelling Bee.
Oh, there is?
And I'll just say this, Rob, and you'll understand. It's from the very end of your and Joey's synchronation video. I don't say anything else, especially with the people. But
that's a great clip.
It is.
It's a great clip.
Well, it's just so funny because, again, if you see the video, you understand. But it was when Ruben was going on about Sloppy Toppy and giving your friend Sloppy Toppy. And then Joey just makes us, like I was saying, like, there's been no Sloppy Toppy Fruit Summit yet. And Joey goes, yeah, there's only been like one kiss. And at the time, I didn't even understand what that, like, I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, sure. But now it makes more sense.
Yeah, now the dots are connected.
So I did have to include a little sneak peek.
I like that. I like the clip, not the yeah.
Hey, it's okay to kiss your homies, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to prove out
there. Yeah. So yeah, go check that out if you guys have not already. There will also be some. So I haven't edited yet, so I don't know what all it's going to look like or how it's going to turn out. But I think I have a list here roughly of. Like what is going to what? Because some
official reveal. Oh, some are going to the Plays channel and some are going to the main.
Like the bigger ones, more involved, are going on the main channel. And then some of the other ones that I haven't edited yet that I'm not quite sure about, or just a little more out there going on. So we have Spelling Bee, just went on the main.
Yep.
The soda and candy test, I haven't edited yet. And I need to figure out if they're going to be separate videos or one video, but I think those will be on Mr. Fruit Plays. Hot Wings version 2 will be on the main channel. The secret video will be the last Summit video uploaded, and it'll be on the main channel. But then there is the escape room, and without editing that yet, I'm also not sure if it'll be 1 or 2 parts. And then that will be on Mr. Fruit Plays, I think.
Nice.
And then there's also Blank Slate, but have to see if it's going to work as a video, because I think I'm, first off, missing a camera POV somehow. And it's also using the same audio setup as the podcast, which was Omega Scuffed. So it'll be a matter of watching it like, is it enough that people can still enjoy it? And I'm not just being an audiophile. Like, because like with the podcast, I think it's atrocious, but people still listen. They're like, hey, that was really fun.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect, and maybe, pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
You guys know that me, myself, Mr. Fruit, and Blue are all big advocates of mental health, and that's why we're so happy with our sponsor, BetterHelp. Taking care of your mind is so important, whether it be playing CSGO or even laying in your hammock, or sometimes just playing Final Fantasy XIV and chilling out. That's just a few ways that Mr. Fruit, myself, and Blue take care of our mental health. Using BetterHelp, they were nothing but professional and listened to every kind of thing I needed. If I didn't want to talk to somebody on a webcam, I didn't have to. If I wanted to text a person, I could. It was awesome. I was matched with a therapist in under like 24 hours after filling out a quick survey. It was awesome. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions, so you don't have to see on anyone if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get a 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/GG. That's better, HELP.com/GG. BetterHelp. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Level with me. We've all been in situations at some point in our lives when we're a little tight on cash. Maybe you could only afford to put a few gallons of gas in your tank, or you got another save the date and you're wondering how you're going to afford a gift. That's where Dave can help. Dave is a banking app that can help you get $500 instantly with extra cash. That's a little more money for you to fill your tank, buy a wedding gift, or catch up on some bills. You can finally tackle those expenses that you've been stressing out with any hangups. There's no interest, no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get financial relief that they've been needing with extra cash. I'll tell you this, I wish my bank was giving me $500. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for our extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve, member FDIC. Remember, future you will thank you. Get yourself out of a pinch right now with the help of Dave. When summer starts to wind down, fall can be a bit chaotic, but Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to stay on top of a busy schedule while sticking to my goals. Factor's the perfect meal solution for an on-the-go lifestyle. Whether it's a quick lunch before I start streaming or a fully prepared dinner that I didn't have to shop or prep for, they've got me covered for weeks when my free time isn't a thing. Factor makes lunch, dinner on busy days a total breeze. Their fresh, never frozen meals are delivered, ready to heat, and eat in 2 minutes so I can fuel up fast and get on with my day. They sent me some of the new Gourmet Plus options, and oh my god, they are so delicious. New Gourmet Plus meals make eating at home feel extra special. For an additional cost, these meals are prepared to perfection by Factor chefs and ready to eat in record time so you can savor the flavor and not stress for the prep. So what are you waiting for? Head to go.factor75.com/GG130 and use the code GG130 to get $100 off across 6 boxes. That's GG130 at go.factor75.com/GG130 for $130 off. And like worst case scenario, if we want, we could just do blank slate on a video, like for a video, like on like, I'm sure Tabletop has it in some sort of capacity, or.
I just think it is a game that you can easily do online, but I think part of what works too is like the in-person interactions and stuff. Yeah. And like the glances you give people, which I think is definitely against the rules.
For sure.
Like you're not allowed to like insinuate, but we're like, Rob?
And I just like stare at it like, why is Christian saying this with me?
Or I think there was even one time where like, fudge. I'm trying to think where like it was either like you or someone else like Rob, and then I just straight up like made a vague but not really vague reference to something that would have given you the answer. And the funny thing is I don't think you got it, but
and then there was one too, it was like super blank, and I don't think you wrote Super Saiyan. Oh no, there was one, it was Soul Blank, and Joey goes fruit. Like this wasn't on video. And for reference, people are like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? There's this board game called Blank Slate. And you and up to pretty much as many people as you want. However many,
you play rounds. Somebody draws a card and it'll have 2 words on it. One's blank though. So for instance, this card was soul and then blank. And everyone has whiteboards and you have to write something there.
Like soul bound or
right, a
or
word,
like soulless, like
a word, or either like 3 letters or more that can put on to soul to make it into a word. So like you could have done less, and your word be soulless, for instance. Or 2 words. I would have put bound, so the answer is soul bound. You're trying to match with one person to get the most amount of points. So you want to guess what other people are going to guess, but also not what everyone's going to guess. If you match with 3 people, you all get 1 point.
No, you get 2. No, you're right.
You get like 3 points if you match with one person. Yep. 1 point if you match with 3. And if you match with more than 3, nothing. And 3 including yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole point is like you get a card and then you think, okay, well, I want to do something obvious that someone else is going to think of, but not enough people. And so we did this one round where the card was soul blank. And Joey looks at me and just like yells, like, this is us. And so I'm like, oh, I know what he's talking about.
And I know what he's talking about too.
Right.
I'm not
and so
gonna
Rob
let them get a free point. Like, I'm not going to let them get free 3 points. Like, I'll block them, quote unquote, and let them just get 1 point, and I'll take the 1 point too.
Yeah, so Rob was going to snipe us, which is fair because, like, if he knew what we were talking about, then what are you going to do? So we put it down, and it comes to me, and, like, you go person by person as they, like, flip to show what they have. And it gets to me, and I flip it over, and Soul Lock or Soul Link. I forget which variation.
You pick Soul Lock.
Soul Lock, yeah. So I was like, Soul Lock, because the last thing Joey and I had done was a Soul Lock. So I was like, what else would be talking about?
And I flip over Soul Lock. Oh,
and I'm like, oh, Rob.
Joey.
And Joey goes, my bad. I'm like, what? What do you
Like,
mean, my bad? Like, what could you have? And it gets to him, and he put Soul Silver. And this was his reasoning. He's like, well, Soul Silver, like Heart Gold, which was your first Nuzlocke.
And that was of the first Pokemon that I was in there as. Like,
and I'm like, what? There's so
like
many hoops. You yelled, this is us. And it was just like a moment of like heartbreak.
Yeah,
and it was just like,
that's why that game is hilarious.
But yeah, the game's really fun. And that's why, like, in person, it can be fun like that, too, because you have those interactions. So we'll see if that ends up making a video, because we did end up recording one game of it. And it was a hoot and a holler. So we'll see. But yeah, Fruit Summit content. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Coming to YouTube channels near you.
Hopefully coming to a YouTube channel near you is Dado playing CS with me the other day.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Dude, it was actually really sick.
It was his first time playing, right?
Yeah, and he played actually really well. Like, way better than I played my first time, I'll tell you that.
That's a fragger.
Yeah, he had like 2 clutches that were just so sick. The math class tweeted it. I think I retweeted it. But we got to get you out there, Mr. Fruit. And Blue. Out in CS. Hey, Source 2's coming out, so you'll have to at some point.
Source 2? What do you mean?
That's like the engine update to CSGO.
Uh-oh.
Like, CSGO right now is on Source 1. And you know how Dota 2 is on Source 2's engine?
When is that supposed to happen?
I mean, it's supposed to have been happening for the past like 5 years. So
okay. So anytime.
For all we know, it's happening tomorrow. For all we know, it's happening never.
5 more years from now.
So
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's Valve, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You know,
So
it's almost
never.
like you almost like think CSGO is like the biggest FPS shooter like in the world. Like, why would you want to kind of mess that up? Like, you know, but
oh, true. Sometimes they're a little, maybe too hands off, but I don't actually know.
No, they're actually really hands-on lately, actually, in the competitive scene. Like, they're very active. 10th anniversary just came out. They just peaked at like 1 million players, like the 3rd most the game's ever had on
crazy.
Steam, which is super sick.
So far in the game's life cycle, too.
Yeah. So hopefully Source 2 comes out. The Rio Major's coming up, which is going to be so sick.
Well, those league finals, baby. I'm still hoping for tickets. I was gonna see if tickets went on sale. If you did want to go with us.
When are they?
I think finals are like November 4th and 5th.
Oh, that would be sick. Where at?
LA.
Oh shit! I should just why not?
Because then you can fly free anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't
Ideally.
fly free anymore, dog. That shit's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the real
I pay
world.
for my shit now.
Welcome to the
sadly.
real
I
world.
wish I would. Yeah.
Ah.
I don't. Yeah, I haven't had a. I mean, I could get on like, but if I'm flying with my dad, I get on for free because like he gives like a type of thing.
Dad, you want
But
to
you
go
have
to
to be-
LA?
But no, LA would be sick because I'd have a technically a free place to stay, no lie, and you would too. Technically, I'm sure they let you stay as well.
Be pog. I want to go. I want to go to.
Let's talk about it.
To just more esport events. Well, I never really go. Like, it would have been sick to go. Speaking of which, Blue, did you see SmashCon?
I did watch SmashCon, and I did
Drama.
turn copium. Wait, drama?
Well, just with the smashing of like, well, before it
Steve.
came out, there were those like rankings for Melee, that everyone was pissed about, and then Mango was like ranked 11th, and everyone was like, wouldn't it be funny if just Mango comes in and wins and proves all the rankings wrong?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about that Melee. Yeah. I was paying attention to Ultimate, but yeah, Mango did win.
Yeah, no, I saw Ultimate too. Yeah, Mango won in an HBox Mango Finals in 2022, which was like, take me back.
I missed this.
You did. It was
This
sick.
was happening when I was proposing.
And then everyone was joking. Everyone
God.
was joking. Oh, Mango's the first like not top 10 to win the
He's the
Super Major.
goat.
Yeah, those rankings were kind of cornball. But yeah, it was really cool.
What should he be ranked?
I'd put him top 10.
I didn't think the rankings were that sussy because Mango does like he is always in like Melee's whatever, I'll play it, to I am a Melee machine, to I haven't played Melee in a while, guys, to I am Melee, to so
Well, the
but
thing
he is a legend and he is always capable.
That's what I was
winning.
gonna say. Is like, even when though he's like, I don't know. I would still put him top 10.
I would too. I would have still kept him in the
on
top
land
10
at least. But so that happened, and then of course there's ultimate drama. Imkeleo out at 5th, because he lost his top 32 winners Sunday morning against Onin, who is a Minecraft Steve man.
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
Who is also the band Steve man.
Yeah, whose Twitter handle is literally Band Steve. And if you remember us talking about it, Rob, Combo Breaker a couple months ago, where Steve ended up winning that major.
Yeah.
It's the same guy, Onan, 16 years old. You want to know something crazy? He's won every major he's ever gone to. He's gone to like 3, and he's won all 3, including this one, which was like arguably one of, I think if A. Cola had shown up, the most stacked in recent history. Like,
What was the finals? Steve versus who?
it was Onan versus
Was
was
it
it
Meister, right?
Meister, yeah. Which, to be fair, was grand finals for me was
See, but if you make the Game and Watch villain a hero,
that is true.
there's a
Like,
problem.
yeah, it is the one time where I'm like, I'm really rooting for Game and Watch right now.
Wait, Game and Watch?
Yeah, Meister.
Yeah, Meister's huge. He's
Mexico's. I was
he's-
gonna say second, but third best, I guess, because I would put Spargo above him. But he's the one who's held down Game and Watch for.
Did he play Sora at all? It says he played Sora. Too.
He did play
Wow.
Sora, and he did take a game off Minecraft Steve with Sora,
Yeah,
and
so-
it was actually so funny because of because when he
confetti.
won, the running joke is that his Sora has never won at a major, or his Sora's never won in bracket at all. So when his Sora won, they popped all the winner, like the grand finals confetti, as soon as he won, instead of popping it during the actual grand finals win.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
'cause-
That's
It
hilarious.
was hilarious.
Well, it's funny because there's like footage, and the guy has no idea. The guy like controlling it, and he just looks back like after the game win, like waiting to do it. Because if Onan had won that game, it would have been GG. He was up 2-0,
Yeah.
and the guy just gives a thumbs up. So he goes, "Okay," and he puts it up, and then I think like HBox and someone else was next to him. She's like, "No." But so no one knew that, and so yeah, it looked like just because his sword took a game, it was like He might as
This
well have won
is-
grand
It was
finals.
just hilarious.
Um,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. That sounds awesome.
yeah, as everything as a whole was pretty funny. So like MKLeo getting out early, and then the losers bracket going into like top 12 before top 12. I think there was Tweak, MKLeo, no, not Gluttony yet, but Light, I think like another really top player, and it's for top 12. Like it wasn't even in the top 8. It was a crazy losers bracket. And then Onan, of course, the funny thing was actually fudge. I don't know if I can find the tweet. But it was like Goofy or something, like putting his hand on something like Mickey Mouse or something. But it started with like MKLeo. Whoever Onan fought before MKLeo, whatever that guy's name was, it was like
Moist Cola.
maybe?
I'm looking at the standings right now.
But
What are you
it was
asking
essentially like this person telling, or MKLeo telling this person, "Yo, I got it," because he just beat that person. So MKLeo fought him next. It was like, "I'll take the Steve out." So MKLeo was like, "Bro, I got it." And then so and so to MKLeo, "Bro, I got it," because this Steve just kept beating everyone, like beat MKLeo. So then it was, I forget who was next. But he's like, "Bro, I got it." They lose. Next person was like, "Dude, I got you." They lose. And so it was like this like list
This
of like
chain.
20 players of like, "Bro, I got it. Bro, I got it. Bro, I got it." None of them had it.
It's
Went
like
on to
Steve
sweep.
was like the anime villain, and
Yeah.
it was like
He never lost a set. Like bracket didn't get reset. He I think he 3-0'd MKLeo, and not only 3-0'd, I think on the last game 3-stocked MKLeo. Or it was either like the second or third game. It was
yeah, Onan MKLeo. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, he
Yes.
3-0'd him.
it was kind of and so he was making the run, and so I'm just watching like anybody make him
Yeah, and then
bleed
Riddles
somebody.
played Onan next, so maybe it was Riddles that made.
Oh
it
yeah,
too.
Riddles
Like, I got you.
MKLeo. Yo, I got you. Riddles lost, and then just kept going
And then
going
yeah, and then
going.
Onan played Gluttony. Gluttony lost, and then Onan played Maester. Maester lost, and then
And then he goes to grand finals.
Yeah.
So there was drama there. MKLeo getting out before top 5, which to be fair was against Gluttony, which is like I think MKLeo will say he thinks is like his biggest rival anyway. It just happened because of everything that happened. They fought for 5th, and then yeah, of course it got down to Gluttony Meister losers finals, and I was just like, I'm just thinking of a finals of Game & Watch, Steve, and I'm like, this is the worst timeline. Like, Gluttony, you got this.
See,
He didn't have
see, people were like, "Oh, this is the worst timeline." Like 2 years ago, when it was Snake Olimar, I would take Snake
yeah.
Olimar.
Take me back.
Take me back.
Now, I wouldn't be happy about it because that would still be pretty boring. But I'll take that over Steve Game & Watch. But so then he pulls out Sora, and I'm like, okay, this is a meme I can get behind. And then he gets a game, and I'm like, oh my god. And then he gets pooped on.
wait a second.
I was like, I don't know. So then of course there's drama again about Steve. And because like I think of the top 64 characters, there was only a handful that like there were 4 of using a character. One of them being what are the Xenoblade girls called? Pyramithra. I think that like might have been the only 4 or something. Then there were a couple people with like 3 of the same 2, lots of just weird one-offs. But then there were 9 people with Steve in top 64. And in like Ultimate, we just haven't seen something like that yet. So of course there's still all the discourse and what do we do, blah blah blah. I still don't think like I think we get to a place where if nothing changes we'll ban him. But again, I still think it's too early. Even though the results are pretty crazy, we just have to see. And it's unfortunate we didn't get to see a Cola here too, because I would have liked to see him and his Steve, especially like him versus Onan, because it probably would have come to that. But lots of drama, very spicy, great tournament.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch it. That sounds sick. I love I feel like the Smash community is just so sick with the little melodrama that it has. I'm
It's
all
great.
about it.
It's great.
It has like all the little drama that CS:GO has that I think makes an esport that like. But I feel like you have to look really deep into that to see that kind of stuff, because most people just see the kind of the gaming rather than the drama that is in there.
Well, I think Smash is better about it though, because even if you watch and you don't know, the commentators and people are always talking about it, so you'll eventually get an understanding of it. Like they do a really good job, whether it's on purpose or not, of like weaving a narrative, and always keeping like that, which makes it more interesting on the forefront rather than just like, oh, here's this player, here's this matchup. Yeah, that was great. I always enjoy that. Seeing MKLeo just get like pushed around like that was saddening. But also, I think it was like Light or whatever made a comment like after the tournament, him and Cosmos, I think, who are like, Tweak and MKLeo need to get over themselves. And like whatever thing they've got going, like Tweak needs to just go back to PT and Leo just needs to play Joker. And I think Light was more upset too, because he always wants to play opponents at their best. And whenever he plays them and they're not playing that, he feels like they're not at their peak.
Yeah.
He's like, if they would do that, maybe things would be different. But who knows? We're in this weird, interesting Steve arc right now. And now it's just going to be every match, especially Onin. Like, who, if anyone, will end up taking this kid down? He's crazy. The character's crazy, but I do have to give it to him. He's a good player. You don't just get there, especially at that age, against those people without going to big tournaments like that ever. Without also just being a good player. But God, some of the kills Steve can get. It's like,
is he worse than Bayonetta in
no,
that was in Brawl?
It was Smash 4.
Isn't that Brawl?
No, Brawl was 3. I think Smash N64 Melee was 2, Brawl 3, Wii U was 4, and then Ultimate's 5.
I see.
I don't think it's Bayo. Quite. He's not that cornball.
So he's
like
not getting
any touch. Well, but that's what we still have to see though, is even though he's not Bayo level busted, doesn't mean, especially in this game, he's a very far outlier. And the difference is, if he'd come out earlier in the game's lifespan, it might have been different. But since Sakurai had come out and said, we're not doing any more balance patches, then you have to think, for the health of the game, you know, how much longer is this game? Like, if a new Smash comes out, who knows how long that could be. So for the next X amount of years, for the health of the game, Steve. Yeah, we'll eventually devolve into Steve. Which, again, I don't think it's Bayo level.
Is Bayo banned in Smash 4?
They didn't end up doing it for a while. Nowadays, I don't pay attention to the Smash 4 tourneys. They're small. But yeah, I'm just hoping, because that's my favorite thing about Ultimate right now, and has been, is just the pure diversity. And like, it feels like a good enough player can pilot a character, and good enough, like there's this guy from Mexico that we saw at the most recent Mexican premiere, but he came to SmashCon as well, and he ended up getting like top 24 or 32, I think, but with Incineroar. And like, no one's able to do anything with Incineroar, but he's popping off in Incineroar. It's fun to watch. And it's just like, you never know. Both Steve is
yeah. Anything else we want to touch on before we go to some questions?
I guess 2 quick things. House of Dragons this Sunday. Excited to see it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It'll be
Very
a big.
excited. I have high hopes.
Yeah, me too. I feel like they need the wow with the pilot.
And I think HBO gets that. I think they're like, hey, if we have something here, people will keep their HBO Max.
Please.
Because their HBO app is actually pretty ass. I see they keep removing like content and stuff. Granted, it's not content I watch, so who cares?
It doesn't affect me. So yeah, I'm hoping that turns out sick. I really do. And then I saw the new Dragon Ball movie. Without spoilers. I'm just a sucker for Dragon Ball, man. Something about it.
Better than Brawly?
No. But I will say this. Like the animation,
not that bad.
It's fine. Yeah. It like would I still rather have like Brawly animation? Yeah. But I watched it and it was like, yeah, okay, this is fine.
Did you go sub or dub?
Dub.
Okay.
If I have the choice, I go dub. But it was sick. Especially classic Dragon Ball moments at the end. You know, like goosebumps. Oh, sick. So let me some of that. I'm a sucker. And I'm just still so upset. It's like where's the next season, man? When are we?
It's been a while.
But it's been a while. And there's still only like rumors it's in works or whatever.
And I was like, and you're gonna have to watch it in dub or sub.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, I want to watch this in dub. But it was cool. I wouldn't really say this is spoilers. You figured out in the first like 5 minutes. You like jump to like Goku and Vegeta training, but they're training with Brawly. And like the characters from the Broly movie. So like it's clear that they're like actually taking that and moving with it up, like moving forward with it. And it's like, oh, that movie isn't just null and void immediately, like as if it didn't exist. So that was cool. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Got a question from Addy. Says, what are your guys' thoughts on the gambling streaming going on Twitch? For some statistics to spark conversation, XQC has wagered $625 million. Confirmed he is a legit gambling addict, and using his code, his viewers have gambled well over $120 million. It was $119 million 3 months ago.
Jesus. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't really like the promotion of gambling.
Yeah,
in general.
But the problem is it's everywhere. Sports gambling, it's on ESPN. You'll see sport. You know, it's like it's just another alcohol advertisement. I think it's just. Like
that's cool, but I've just never really vibed with the whole promotion of gambling, especially with. I don't know. I think especially when you have someone just as loaded as XQC, seeing just gambling away that money, that level of like, I don't know, poor taste when you have that much to gamble, just always leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
My issue
is you could actually do something with that, but you're just like, yeah, let's just fucking like throw it at the number generator.
See, when he withdraws, let's say 15 million or something like that, say he's going to do that. I don't think he's taking that out of his bank account. I think that's just from like stakes. Hey, we'll give you $200 million to gamble with. You can keep it. You can withdraw it, whatever. And I think that's more so what it is. And that's where I have the problem. It's not even money that he's like, that's his.
It's not the same stakes for him.
Yeah, it's not even like a comparable stake. It's just like, oh, an infinite pool that he gets to pull from and shows that to his audience, you know. But I think it's just everybody is starting to like promote gambling. You see it on ESPN with FanDuel. You see it, you know.
I think my bigger issue is the fact that XQC promotes it, and you have so many people starting to put their money into gambling, and it's just you know, XQC is the stakes are low for XQC, but for like someone like us, right? I don't have the money to gamble, y'all. Like so, and then I don't know. Gambling's real shit. Gambling's too real for me. I don't really.
You shouldn't ever gamble with something you're not willing to lose. Like as soon as you put $20 in, just be like, all right, well, I'm totally fine with losing this, and don't do something you're not willing to lose is kind of the mantra I go by.
Yeah, it was easier said than done. That's not how most people take it. Or they say that, and that's how they start, and then they become addicts, and they're like, okay, well, I can't really do this. And then they put themselves in the position. Like, I think gambling is a person's decision, whatever. But I don't think... First off, I think gambling as a whole is just a little too accessible nowadays, I think. Especially with like sports gambling.
With no real regulation on it.
Sports gambling, I think, does, and all that stuff. But this stake one where it's like crypto stuff, that has like no regulation at all.
I just don't think like a lot of people too quite know what they're getting into. And I think the dangerous thing too is like, you probably know somebody who does this and they're like, oh, just try it once. And gambling is addictive. Like, I think there needs to be better education around it. More regulations. And I think the whole problem with XQC is, one, it's on this Twitch platform, which is known as like a gaming platform with a notoriously younger audience. And I think part of it too is like, a lot of people, especially bigger creators, will like feign innocence, like, oh, we don't have that much influence, but in reality you do. Even I know I have a certain influence over a certain part of my audience, because they've watched my stuff long enough, whatever, or agreed on enough things that they trust my opinion. And so if I'm gonna say something, I have to assume there are some people who are gonna be like, okay, yeah, sure. So I agree that I think it's
sure. I'm also sure people like SEC get referrals, get referrals for that. So it's like,
right. So I think it's like, if that's what he wants to do, can't stop him. I just think it's like a weird gray area where it's not wrong, but it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. Like, that's the best way I can put it. It's not illegal, but
it's almost like when I see celebrities in crypto commercials. It's like, it doesn't sit right with me. Is it wrong? No, right. But it's like, do I like that? No. Like,
I don't know. For me, like, even extends to like drunk streams or like 24-hour streams, 48-hour streams, where it's like, oh yeah, well, my favorite streamer can do this. Like, shit, I could stay at 48 hours, or sheesh, like I could do, like, I can get drunk as fuck. It's just alcohol, and without like people, obviously put like, yo, don't do this.
Disclaimer.
But with gambling, it's like,
do responsibly.
Yeah, do responsibly. But with like gambling, it's like there's no like, gamble responsibly. People are just like, oh, it's just gambling. So it's a lot less like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like taboo, I guess.
I am part of the problem, though. I will admit, I do have train wreck streams on in my background sometimes because.
I've never even watched one. But like, the thing too, though, is like, I know also.
I just know not to, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I just know
not to do slots.
How addictive things can be, though, because like, I've never gambled, and thankfully, I don't know if I told my story. Like, when I was younger, I was really getting into like poker, and I was gonna get serious, and I was like, I want to do this, and my mom just shut it down, and I was so upset at her at the time. I was like, Mom, like, what? Come on, like, it's not even at the time. I was like, I can't even gamble with real money. I'm so glad she did, because I'd probably be on the streets right now, because like, I have an addictive personality, first off. And that's why like I play my gacha game. That's just like it's essentially gambling. And even then I have a problem. Bro. Yeah, I know. But it's same thing with like loot boxes and stuff.
But you gotta get your Epic 7, bro.
But that's
it's
why
it's like CS
like
cases, dude. There was a time where I was opening CS cases.
And that's the thing is, it's like, oh, it's just PNGs, and I know that, and yet.
But still, here we are.
And that's like same thing with gambling. Some people who can even be like, I need to stop, and they can't stop. So I think it's just something that like on the surface can be okay, but it's just so easy to become very dangerous for people and destructive. That's the problem, is like gambling can destroy your life. It's not like,
I mean, with gambling is like,
oh, this is
gambling's like there is no return from it. Like it's just you're gambling strictly off the serotonin from gambling, versus like loot boxes or gotchas. It's like, okay, well at least you get the serotonin boost when you get something cool. So it's like you put your money into something, but you do get something out of it. So while that has some fundamental moral issues, right? At least it's like, okay, well, like I know I'm putting my money into something that is going to the like I am paying for something that I'm getting in the game. Like I'm getting
And
something.
this is not to say you can't have like a decent time when you're with your friends
Yeah,
and you're at a blackjack
gambling
table or something
responsibly
like
for
that, and
sure.
you're doing like if you gamble responsibly and like you're like I have $60 and if I lose this $60, like this is it, and then that's
But the
it, or like you
culture,
walk
but
away
the
and you go like
culture,
I won $100, like
the
you can
culture
have it.
around gambling is not like, oh, like yo, be careful. Like you gotta make sure when you gamble, like you gamble, keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Like don't just gamble. Like that's not the culture around gambling.
There's a
Gambling is just,
reason
oh, it's
why.
gambling. It's whatever, guys. It's cool. It's just
Yeah.
a fun thing to do. And it's like, hey, that's cute and all, but like this is real money. People are just dumping in for nothing, for the chance at getting more money, which is like it's a bill for you to lose.
Now,
True.
with that being said, I do like the Buffalo Bills odds this year. I think they're running like plus 400.
Check out this line I won on.
I think it's a good line.
I mean, just like everything else, like I said, it can be fine in moderation, and if you take it responsibly, and if you gamble and you enjoy it and you're able to do it responsibly, that's totally fine. It's just what we're talking about is the fact that very impressionable people are getting introduced to it, are also seeing it in a non-realistic eye, kind of like what we're talking about, like with XQC's position, as well as the fact that he can benefit off of it, has the money to lose, and then it can just people try and mirror it, and that's how it can be dangerous. Again, just like everything in life, you can do it and it can be good and it can be a healthy thing. It can be like a fun little thing you do with your friends. You go to Vegas. Oh, we have like $200, and we'll just play until we either lose it or maybe we come out. And you make a thing of it. But the problem is that it can just be so destructive, and especially if people don't see that. And kind of like, so it's kind of like the social media thing. Like they only see W's, because like
just dubs.
I won't name people, but I know several people in my life who sports gamble. I'm not talking about you, Rob.
I mean, I do.
I know you are, but like I'm not specifically talking about you right now. But like, if I ever ask them or they talk to me about it, be like, dude, I'm up on this, or like I made this much money, or like, dude, it's so sick. I did this thing, I made this much, and then I ask them, okay, well, like as a whole, how are you doing? I'm down a couple grand, but like this next time, because that's the thing is no one's ever going to tell you they're L's either, especially in gambling, unless you ask specifically.
That's
people
all
only
you hear, Dubs.
They only ever tell you, yeah, I made $200 this weekend. I also lost 700. But
you don't hear about this.
Yeah, so I think that's also why it can be dangerous too. Is like same thing with like watching these streamers or highlights or stuff like that. Is like typically they're going to show you what they want you to see. So again, I think it's just like that. It's technically not wrong. It's just it's like a moral gray area.
It's just like alcohol commercials. That's what I compare it to. It's like you just see drink responsibly and everyone having a good time drinking a beer. You don't see like the alcoholic who's drinking by himself and is like, like you don't see that. Like,
self-medicating or
there's a super dark side to like every kind of thing.
So it doesn't sit right with me. Doesn't mean I can tell them what to do. But that, I think I kind of see it the same way as Blue.
Crystal says, after watching the Couch Podcast, I noticed y'all drinking not Trulies. What's your favorite hard seltzer and what kinds are there now? I highly recommend the Simply Lemonade ones. # not sponsored. Besides the Laney hard seltzers, they're the only ones I actually enjoy drinking.
I want to try the Simply Lemonade ones because they look really good. And plus I was kind of excited for them. I don't know. I'm not that big into hard seltzers in general, though. I think like because Topo Chico had hard seltzers, and I tried those, and I was like, you know what? maybe just not a hard seltzer type of guy, and I've accepted that.
Is Topo Chico a brand or something?
Yeah, Topo Chico. Yeah, Topo Chico's the goated mineral water brand. And then they did a hard seltzer, and I was like, if I don't like a Topo Chico hard seltzer,
I won't like
then
it.
maybe I'm just never gonna like a hard seltzer, you know?
Well, I can say of the not truly drinkers, I was not a not truly drinker. It's not for me.
I guess that's also me too. Like, I don't drink hard seltzers to get that little like the little buzz. Like when I drink alcohol, I do drink alcohol because I like the taste of it. So
Yeah, I'm
hard
sure
seltzers like cheap. Hard seltzers cheap buzz, you know. So I get it, but yeah, I've just never been. I like alcohol flavor. So
I drink Advanced GG and Dr Pepper Zero Sugar. Those are my
oh
vices.
fuck! I have my local HEB is always out of Dr Pepper Zero, and then yesterday
People are waking up.
no, they've been new down here in Texas, brother. All right, but I went right when they restocked the zeros. They had a bunch of tall boys in the well, not tall boys. Well, they had
I
like
know what
the
you're talking
6-pack bottles.
The
And I was
bottles are
like,
different.
oh my god! And I got like three of the. I was like, look, man, I don't know when I'm going to get this chance again, so I'm going to stockpile these, have them in my mini fridge, and you know what? I just have my Dr Pepper Zero mini fridge right next to me. So
I cut
no
soda
shame in
at
my
home
game.
out of my life.
Hey, good for you, Rob.
that's good. That's good for you. I haven't had like a soda in a long
Justin Bieber
time.
shit.
They what now?
I'm back on my 2014 Justin Bieber shit.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Means like he looked super good in 2014, and that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, but you still look good.
You still look
dude.
great.
I put my hands up at Fruit Summit, and not good. Not a good sight.
What do you mean?
Bad sight.
What do you mean bad sight? Yo, Rob talks so much shit about himself, but this dude,
Bad.
Look, Rob.
I hug this dude, and this dude's got some hard chest pecs, dude. Don't talk bad about yourself.
Let me put it this way, okay? I got enough body dysmorphia for the both of us, all right? You don't need a pill, all right?
Astute Warlock says, "What was the last thing you Googled because you didn't know?"
Last thing I
don't know. That's a good question. Let me look at my Google history.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hold up.
Let me look.
SmashCon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this. It's kind of spoilers. It was a question about a Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, okay. Mine was Dancing with the Stars. When will it be back? That's like an actual question I have here. So, and it's going to be on Disney Plus, apparently.
No.
Yeah. Who would have?
Oh, my most recent was like Dragon Ball Super as well. It was like, when's the anime coming back? Because I heard news about the anime coming back, so I was like, I'm gonna Google Dragon Ball Super anime 2023, and
not soon enough. Although I was reading that Toei wants to do like a Dragon Ball Super movie every like 2 years, every 2 or 3, and if they stay like this, where they're kind of bangers.
Hey,
I mean, again,
I'm always down for more Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Broly is still like if I had to compare, Broly's like.
Well, I mean, like every Dragon Ball movie, there's a couple bangers, but Broly is like peak Dragon. The Broly movie is just peak Dragon Ball for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Literally after like 25 minutes, I was just sitting in the theater like a little kid, like smile, grin,
yeah,
for the rest of the movie.
Time.
Yeah.
Now watching Broly gave me the same feeling as when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then moments in Super definitely get like. There were definitely moments in Super that gave me that feeling too, but like no franchise like Dragon Ball makes me feel like a kid.
It brings me back. That's why I said like I just got a soft spot for it.
I just love Dragon Ball, man.
JB says, any advice for college freshmen? Also, will you be hopping back on Fortnite now that Goku and Vegeta have been added? We didn't have a stream. I don't know if Mr. Fruit recorded it at all.
I did. I've actually already
so-
edited it. So
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, you
should
get
be
our
doing it
dubs
tomorrow. I did.
Wait, actually, did you get dubs when it was just you three?
No, I
No.
think we'd only played like 2 games.
2.
But yeah,
Oh, so I got in pretty. Okay, nice.
We got. What was it? It's like, because there was like a weird part during the games too, where like you land, and the first couple people we found were bots. So we're like, oh, this is easy. It's a bot lobby. And then so the first time we meet an actual like team,
We just get
got,
shredded.
yeah, we're like, I'm down. I'm down. And then it was me versus Spider-Man, and I couldn't see where he was, and I like tried to Kamehameha, but like that's the thing too, is I have a newfound appreciation for Goku. I don't know how he can see what he is hitting,
Oh, exactly.
because I Kamehameha and I'm like, where'd he go? And
Well,
they're like,
I
"He's the other way."
I was slightly disappointed because I was like, why'd they make the Kamehameha so small? And then I fired it, and I was like, okay.
I'm
That
sitting
from
like,
a gameplay perspective,
I just got
yeah,
flashbanged.
that makes sense. It's got to be. It has to be. The size has to be aimable, you know. So
Do you think
Yeah.
so? Fortnite pros right now are playing with having to learn how to play around the Kamehameha.
well, no, I think in competitive
Probably just hit
that stuff's
idle.
banned.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like it's disabled, but like in like normal Royale, yeah, like that's Monka. Sheesh.
Although I bet
Any
it's pretty,
advice for-
it's even better in like build mode though, because you can just blast through builds. Because like that's like that. We being like a truck, like sick, dude. Someone starts a Kamehameha,
Yeah,
you jump
man.
out like,
Oh God.
we're done.
Advice for college freshmen: go to class. There's
Go
a
to
lot of
class.
distractions. There's a lot of distractions when you, especially because it's the first time in your life you don't have to answer to anybody. Like,
And just because you have a lot of time doesn't mean you can fill all that time with video games. Mr. Fruit,
That's just it.
he'll tell you.
Look, I can't practice what I preach.
I mean, hey, I'm not saying
played-
I went to. I'm saying I didn't go to class my freshman year.
Yeah, I will say I did not miss a class. I did everything I needed to do, but then my God, every other second was pretty much League of Legends. I'm not gonna lie.
Video games. Yeah, make Yeah, I wish I could say I was better, but that was also me.
Were you
But,
stacking
like-
in league or were you solo queuing?
This is all just Corey.
Okay.
He was in the same room. We just queue up. Now I will say somehow I was probably the most social I was in my life. Exhausting. I found my wife. I was still
Same.
working out. I did a lot of co-ed sports. So I kind of did do some stuff, but like if I was not somewhere, I was
Just League,
not
baby.
somewhere. Yeah, some preoccupied with something else. I was in my dorm playing League, and like weekends, 80% just playing League. Not gonna lie.
When did it turn into playing league and then also making a YouTube video?
There was 1 month, freshman year, when I first started Mr. Fruit. I think it was February. Was a month of less League, YouTube videos, school. Did that for a month. Burned myself out. And I stopped. Then I resumed that fall when I got sick, and Destiny released. There was that 1 month,
Yeah.
and I was like, screw this, more League, and I quit. Heart stuck silver, by the way.
You could, yeah, I was like, you could have been something.
It was so rough because we just played and queued nonstop so much back in freshman year. Their rank system was also a lot more garbage, like season 2 or whatever that was. So our MMR got destroyed. So I'd be in silver, and there's different tiers. You have to get like 100 points, and then you go into the next tier. But you'd have to win promos, I'm pretty sure, to get to any. I'm trying to remember. Like even like silver 2 to 1, you'd have to win a promo. It's like a best of 3. And then to get to gold, it was a best of 5, of course. But the way it worked was you'd get MMR wins. Like, oh, okay, like you won a game, here's 20. You lose a game, here's minus 18. Except we queued so much and just messed around too much to where it was like, you win a game, here's 12 LP, you lose, here's minus 26. And so we made it like impossible for us to climb. So at the end of it, like I do think we were skill wise low gold, but
It's just hard stuck.
we'd have to keep like a 68% win rate or something, which is
Impossible.
yeah, never got that elite skin.
We'll do
Goes
one
back.
question. One more question here. Wrath and Prime. How does music influence your life? Has a really great song made a noticeable positive impact on your day? You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I wish music was like I loved listening to music like I used to, but like I don't listen to like any new music. I'm stuck in like my old ways and just listen to what I used to listen to. Like I don't listen to anything new. But like it influences me in the gym. Like it gets me through my palms. That's about it.
Those Dragon Ball remixes, let me tell you. Sheesh.
Blue, I know you're super into music.
Wait, what?
I thought you were like, doesn't music have a big impact on you? I thought you were like super into music.
The question was like, how does music influence your either? Yeah, music is a pretty huge part of my life. I don't really like. I just listen to a lot of music. I wouldn't say, yeah, there's some song. I don't really use music to like up my mood or anything or get into a zone. Because I guess I have a healthier relationship with music, so I don't really let it affect my mood. I'll only ever let it affect my mood if like I have a banger that I'm into and I'm like, yo, this shit makes me want to drop my ass fucking low. But yeah, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to like music was my entire personality. Very unhealthy. So yeah, I'd let music affect my mood. If I was listening to something depressing, I'd be like, oh god, like life is fucking pain.
Turn my life into pieces.
Yeah, like that, which is as romanticized as that is, it's also incredibly toxic. Just a very toxic relationship you have with your music. So I don't know, music now I just treat as like if I really like it, enjoy it, I'll listen to it, but I never let it. Yeah, like if a new release is coming out, I'll be hype as fuck. But I never let music affect me in anything more than a positive attitude type, I guess. I see it as more something like I really see music as art more than like using it as something, you know what I mean? So like it's something to appreciate. So that's how I see music. I don't really use it to influence myself. I use it to like I admire music now, so I don't know how to describe it. I've gone through a long process with music, so nothing I just said probably makes any sense, but trust me, wicked.
All right, well, that'll do it for the Q&A section. We just kind of ran up on a lot of time here. I know some of us have to go, but appreciate you guys listening to episode 146. I think that's what he said at the beginning.
We're fine. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Make sure you guys like on your local podcast. You know, I'm going to read a review next stream. So leave your reviews. I'm going to read a review next one.
Pog. He said the thing.
Yep.
Well, then stay tuned to see if yours will get read. Please. Love you.